I appreciate the morning reminder of sending everything out again. That was great.
And had some exciting stuff in there.
I know, it's great.
We're at 50. This is amazing.
Cool.
Yeah, but that's 50 of the best and the brightest and the greatest and all the other things.
Absolutely. Welcome, Stephen.
I'm glad I could finally remember to come to one. I'm sorry, guys.
Do I need to send you a personal text and say, show up today?
Probably. My wife says that my executive function is lacking.
I can't promise I'll remember to do that, but and just to give a shout out to Stephen and R12 for being a platinum sponsor for this year's conference.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, it is 10:01. We will get started. Welcome, everybody. We're thrilled to have such a great group here this morning. My name is Claire Dowers-Nichols. I am the CEO of Leading Age Oklahoma, and I serve as the chair of our Oklahoma Caregiver Coalition. And it's always great to all get together. Our group continues to grow, which is so exciting. Since we've grown so much, we no longer do live intros, but please put your name, phone number, email, and organizational affiliation in the chat so we know who all's here, and you all can have a contact list. So that's how we do introductions now. We've got a very full agenda, which is great. Seems like we always have more to talk about than we have time for, but we get it done. So we'll just keep chugging along. We are excited to have a new segment with us today that's starting today. This will be recurring to our regular meetings. The concept of Caregiver 360 is really simple, but really powerful. We're going to highlight a family caregiver who can walk us through their caregiving journey. So we can collectively hear unique needs and leverage the full spectrum of resources that this coalition offers. We are a 360-degree coalition with so much. So this moves us beyond just planning into immediate action and support. So I'm thrilled to introduce this segment today. Please join me in welcoming Mashell Sourjohn from AARP Oklahoma, who will introduce us to our very first featured caregiver. Mashell?
Thank you so much. Hi, OK Care partners. I'm really excited about the Caregiver 360. Almost every day I encounter a friend, a neighbor, a consumer, someone that's a family caregiver that may just be getting into it or has been into it, but still doesn't know the resources that are available to them. I always point them to OK Care's website, but talking with our advisory group, we really wanted to start leveraging your issue expertise. And we know that you don your caregiver capes every day to help those caregivers in your organization. And so we really wanted to leverage that expertise here during the meetings and put that into real-time action. So with that said, I'm really happy to introduce you to a dear friend of mine who her and her sister are caregiving for her mother. And she's going to talk about her caregiving journey real quick. And then we're going to turn it over to you guys. So you can put your contact information or resources that you may have for Melinda and Kayla. Or just we'll have time for a couple of organizations to pipe in to say, hey, we can help you. So with that, I'm going to turn over to Melinda.
Hi, everybody. My name is Melinda Bonnewell, and I'm from Oklahoma City, but I live in Santa Fe, and I have 3 sisters that we all have the same mother, Karen and Dwana and myself, and my mother is 88, and she's declining, especially with the memory, and her physical limitations are catching up also. She can't get around too well. We're constantly worried about falling. And so that's just kind of the background. Mostly my sisters take care of her and take turns in Oklahoma City. It's becoming more and more challenging. She doesn't really have the financial means outside of us unless we put her in a home other than us. So we're kind of looking for resources to help us take care of her at home, which of course includes everything. Probably sitter, exercise, meds, food, diapers, whatever. We're kind of green at this, and we've just been doing it on our own, and it's getting more and more challenging. Is that enough background, you think?
Absolutely. Thank you, Melinda. Yeah, absolutely. And I know we have Able Tech, but is there anyone else that really wants to chime in? Resonates with them in your organization?
I'm going to drop into the chat. This is Bill Whited, State Long-Term Care Ombudsman. I'm going to drop into a chat a booklet that we produce that is nursing home and alternatives to nursing home care in the state of Oklahoma. It's got a lot of resources in it, and hopefully that might be helpful to you, Melinda.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
Hi,
my name is,
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
My name is Jenifer Harris. I work with Services for the Blind and Visually Impaired for the state of Oklahoma. A lot of individuals out there in Oklahoma and caregivers do not realize that there are free services through the state of Oklahoma for their loved one if they have a vision condition. That could be macular degeneration, glaucoma, could be from diabetes, cancer, or any other type form of disease that can cause eye condition. Does your mom happen to have any eye conditions going on at the same time?
Not so much. I know that she's been diagnosed with macular degeneration in the past, but I don't think so. I think she sees pretty well.
Okay.
Ironically,
so
she sees better and hears better than I do, I think.
Okay, that's good. Well, with macular, it can be a slow process for some people, but just know that there are services out there for her when the macular degeneration gets to that point. And those services are free, and all the adaptive equipment that comes with that. That can allow her to be more independent in the home. That our number one goal with the Older Blind program is to keep the loved ones at home. More people are moved to a nursing home because of vision conditions. They could be physically, mentally, everything's great, but due to the vision condition. And so if you ever, your mom or you meet someone that is struggling with their vision loss and they just simply need adaptive equipment and some lessons to stay home, let us know.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I didn't mention one of the factors is because I live in Santa Fe is what services I would have here, and do I need to try to mirror them to Oklahoma, with when it comes to her doctors and medicine and things like that. But I have a feeling I'm just going to have to be in Oklahoma more.
Yeah, every state, I know for Services for the Blind, every state has a Department of Rehabilitation Services. Every state provides that. And so If she lives in Oklahoma, then the services would have to come from the state of Oklahoma.
Okay.
If she decides to move to where you live currently, then she would have to get the services in that state.
Okay.
Jenifer.
When it comes
Mashell?
to the Department of Rehabilitation Services.
Thank you, Jenifer. Mashell?
For Mashell Jackson.
Mashell from Ability Connection.
Thank you. Yes. Ability Connection Oklahoma has an office in Oklahoma City, and we often get donations of adult diapers, formulas, durable medical equipment like wheelchairs, walkers, things like that. We give them away at no cost. So someone would just need to contact our office and we could see if we have the items that she's needing.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, because the resources are starting to add up.
Absolutely. A lot of out of pocket for our caregivers. All right, we're going to go to Laura with the Alzheimer's Association, and then we'll kick it over to Shelley at Aietah.
Hi, everyone. Melinda, I would say hopefully you've connected with the Alzheimer's Association. If you haven't, please do. We have an 800 number that's 24/7 that, again, can get you in Phoenix and your other sisters in Oklahoma City all together. Education is important so that you know how to care for your mom. And I would also say there are agencies in Oklahoma City that have the guide plan. I want to say, and I'll probably miss some agencies. So if you're on here, I apologize, but like a Home Instead or First Light that have a component with care navigation, and they have some grants for respite. So again, with that guide program, which is a national program with Medicare, they have to be a CMS approved vendor, and you can get 40 to 80 hours of respite free in a calendar year. And so some of the things that we encourage families to do is you might not need it today, but go ahead and find that agency that has that program and get approved. So when something comes up, you need a day off, then you can call them and you're already approved for that benefit. So I don't know if any of the agencies are on here, but I know Home Instead, Senior Helpers, First Light, they all have this Cornerstone Caregiving have this guide model, and that's what it's called, GUIDE. And
So
they've got
start by getting that pamphlet, or no, it wasn't a pamphlet. How would I start that process?
If you want to call our 800 number with Alzheimer's, we can send you to some of those places.
Okay, that'd be great.
You bet.
Thank you so much. Shelley?
Hi, good morning. Shelley Gladden with Oklahoma Able-Tech. And I just wanted to say that we provide, try to help identify solutions for assistive technology to help individuals gain or maintain independence in their environment, whether it's home, work, or school, whatever that environment might be. So with a little bit more information, we could help you try to troubleshoot and problem solve some equipment and assistive technology that could help her be a little bit more independent. We have a consultation form, and if I can do it from my phone, I can try to drop it into the chat so you have that. And it allows you to kind of spell out what it is specifically that you are trying to overcome. And then we will tag in our team member of that expertise to help you find and explore some solutions of assistive technology that might help. For example, with you being out of state, maybe it is something as simple as an Echo Show, so you can check in with your mom remotely. Or maybe it's an alert device. If that is a concern, maybe it's an alert device when people come and go that you are being alerted from states away. Or maybe it's
Mhm.
helping her find some solutions to be more independent in the bathroom or with eating or whatever that might be. So I can try to drop the consultation form into the chat, and then we can explore that a little bit more as well. There's also an AARP program in, did you say you're in New Mexico?
Yes.
Okay. If your mom resides here in Oklahoma, you can utilize Oklahoma's services, but if you wanted some direct contact, there's an AARP program in every state in U.S. territory. So I can try to get that dropped in the chat for you.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you, Donnie. Donnie put the AbleTech consultation form in the chat for me.
Thank you. And Melinda, there was a question. Is your mom on Advantage waiver?
I don't know.
Okay.
And just to clarify, my mom's been here with me for a month, which is great. We didn't think she'd be able to be here in New Mexico, but she's primarily going to be in Oklahoma, and my sister's coming to get her and take her back home in a couple of days. But we were concerned about the altitude here, and she's on a breathing machine at night, but she's been okay this visit. So
We can
because
make
it's
sure
easier
to get
for
the
me
Advantage waiver
to take care of
information
her
too.
here. Yeah.
Talina?
I said we can be sure to get the Advantage waiver information to you as well. We'll get an email together with all the resources that are dropped into chat. And this was amazing.
Thank you so much.
It's not letting me add that booklet to the chat. I emailed it to you. Can
Okay,
you
I'll see if I can
make
add
sure
it.
that that's included in there?
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, Melinda, we really appreciate you taking the time to share your experience, and we hope that this is really helpful. As Talina said, that we'll put all these resources together, and I'll get them into an email, or we'll get them emailed over to you. But you're more than welcome to hang on and listen to the rest of the call. One thing I do want to remind you of is that we do have our annual OK Cares conference, which is November the 6th. You can join online, or if you happen to be in town, we have them throughout the state. We even will have one here in Oklahoma City if you're in town at that time.
Wonderful.
So we'd love to have you.
Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. It's wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. And Melinda, thanks for what you're doing. All right, next up on our agenda is Jenifer Randle. Jenifer is the director of the Developmental Disabilities Council, who's going to walk us through new guardianship and alternative option resource page that was recently added to the OK Cares website. Jenifer, thank you so much for being with us. We're going to hand it over to you now.
Awesome. Thank you. It's really cool to be here and just to talk about the website that we worked on. I feel like Mashell could have been just continued on because she was a member of our plan. So this website, and let me grab the share. Oh, I can do this right. That's right. Am I sharing?
You are. Yes.
Okay. I'm in a different computer, and I'm also going. I don't know why. So, holler if I need to do something or else. But yeah, this website we worked on through a grant called Bridging Aging and Developmental Disability Networks. Just really trying to help our families in any situation. And as we were talking with our state alliance team, guardianship and understanding the different alternatives always came up. And so this website really is just, we hope it's a landing page. We want people to use it in any situation that they find themselves in, to really just find information. It's not to say what option's best for you. I and our team, everyone's in their own journey. It's really just to help with that information, so that people can make the best determination. And so how it's kind of set up is really just based on what we call the continuum. So it's from the very least restrictive, which is independent, or as I like to say, interdependent. to all the way to the most restrictive, which is your general guardianship. And then, so if you'll scroll down a little bit after this text, you'll see the continuum again, and you can just click on each one. So like if you're interested in learning more about supported decision making, you can click on that, and it's going to jump you right to that page or to that section on our page, and give you a little bit more information about what that is. And then it'll give you just some things to think about, and then different resources that we have found that we thought would be helpful for families. Then once you get to the end of that section, if you're like, okay, I read that, I like that, but what was next? You can just hit back to the top and boom, you're back up here. And so I was just talking to one of the members on the state team, and this information about representative payee and power of attorneys was really helpful, because then, as you'll see, there's different PDFs. She was able to use that information and that PDF and implement it right away to help some people that she helps with. And that's really what we wanted. We didn't want something extra complicated. We just wanted to be able to give the information, the families and individuals the information so that they can, again, make the best decision. I will put in the chat the website. It lives on the OK Cares webpage under the tab Guardianship and other resources. So hopefully it's helpful. If you find things that you think that maybe should belong on that, please send them to us. We always want to keep this page vibrant and dynamic and just bring the best information. I think I'm stopped sharing. Did I hit that right?
You did. That's excellent. It's such a great resource and a really good overview. Thank you so much, Jenifer, for taking us through that and all that you do with the DD Council. Next on the agenda, we'll hear from Kathy Plummer. Kathy's a certified occupational therapy assistant with NewView, Oklahoma, and they offer just a tremendous amount of resources and programs. And so we're happy to have Kathy provide an overview of what they offer. So Kathy, thank you for being here.
You bet. I'm glad to share with you what we do at NewView, Oklahoma. I've been at NewView for over 15 years now, and I apologize if you all can't see me. I'm not real savvy with this technology, and I went into the background stuff, and my phone just seems to be black now. So anyway, I apologize for that. I was going to give you our web address, which I did put in the chat, but it's www.newviewoklahoma.org. And that gives you a good overview of all the things we do, but I'm going to kind of run through those right quick. NewView's been around. We celebrated our 75th anniversary last year. We are have had manufacturing component and still do, and rehab off and on over the years for those with visual impairment. Low vision is considered vision that cannot be corrected with glasses, prescriptions, or surgery. And some of those eye conditions would be macular degeneration, glaucoma, retinitis pigmentosa. We also work with people that have had brain injuries, either acquired or due to accidental things that may happen to them. We do have two clinics. One's located in Oklahoma City and the other one in Tulsa. And we also are the largest employer of folks with visual impairment at our manufacturing plant in downtown Oklahoma City. And if you all work with people who might be interested in going back to work, You are more than welcome to see about signing up for a tour to see our manufacturing plant if you'd like to. There is information on the website about that. One of the biggest things we do at our clinic, which is located on North Classen Boulevard, is low vision rehabilitation, and we also do that in Tulsa as well. So when people come to us, they're referred by their eye care professional, either an optometrist or ophthalmologist. If people need help with getting involved with our services, I did notice on our website, there's a place that you can go to sign up, and we'll contact you and get that process started. If you're working with somebody that has low vision, we are a private nonprofit organization, and we are able to bill Medicare and third-party insurance, also Medicaid. We do work with DRS, Department of Visual Services, with some of our clients. So there's a variety of ways that can help pay for people's services, and we try not to ever turn anyone away if they're unable to pay for our services. So they would do a comprehensive low vision exam with our low vision eye doctor, which are both optometrists who specialize in low vision. Then they would see the occupational therapist for an evaluation of their daily living skills and find out where they're having problems. Then they're referred to an occupational therapy assistant like myself that will help carry out and meet those goals that the occupational therapist has asked us to work on. If they're having trouble getting around in their environment, or are somebody that would like to travel or find out more about transportation in the community, where their vision loss makes them unable to drive anymore, our O&M specialist, orientation and mobility specialists, can help with that. They would also do evaluation of their mobility skills and then make recommendations on what kinds of things to work with. We also have assistive technology, computer training. There are different software programs out there if somebody's working on a computer that we can help them train on. And of course, a lot of people nowadays have tablets and smartphones, and there's a lot of technology available on those that can help somebody with vision loss. And so we work with that through AT and also OT. And I believe some of the O&M specialists will work with people on their phones as well, because there are mobility apps, I think, that can help people get around in the community. And like I said, we are in network of Medicare, private insurance, Medicaid. And if somebody just can't pay, then we'll try to work out a way to help them get services that they need. We also offer a variety of support groups. There's a parent support group for folks that have little ones with vision loss. We have a VA low vision support group here in Oklahoma City and in Tulsa. And we partner with the VA low vision clinics in both places to do a monthly support group for veterans with vision loss. We have an adult support group that meets once a month here physically in Oklahoma City. And then if people are in Tulsa or around the state, they can also come into that through technology as well. And then we have several children's programs that typically happen each year in the summer. We have an OWL camp, which is for kids, I would say age 18 to about 12 or 14. And that's a week-long camp. This year they did it at Camp Classen. So they were in with I guess, for lack of a better term, mainstream kids who got to work with kids with vision loss and be around them. And they had a lot of neat experiences. I heard lots of good things about that this summer. That's usually a week long. And then we do a transition camp, which is a 2-week camp where we have students that are transitioning from their high school setting into what's next in life, either work or school. And so they come and stay in Oklahoma City at a extended stay hotel. and they're responsible for taking care of themselves through that 2 weeks. But then they've got all kinds of activities and things that are helping them to learn. They have to shop for their groceries. They do some cooking skills with OT. They have to prepare some things for kind of celebration night that we have. They do cover letter and do mock interviews. Sometimes in the past, they've had some work experience at some places that they try to get set up in the community. They also work with orientation and mobility and learning how to travel on the bus or get transportation where they need to go. And then we have enrichment programs. We've got a woman that does art. We just finished a music room that we had the grand opening for within the last month or so. There's all kinds of different music options there. And I think they'll be putting more things on the schedule this fall for that. We do have a baseball team that's done a lot of traveling. I would say kind of around the central region of the United States. We did host a national championship for that a couple years ago. And so that's another way people can be involved. We've been doing a test for a Lego night where you build, if you're not visually impaired, you build Lego under blindfold, or if somebody's visually impaired, then there's a person that gives directions through an app on how to put those together. And so that's been really fun. We've been kind of testing it to see how it works, and I think that'll be put into play here soon, where we'll probably do that once a month on a regular basis. And then we do have some special celebrations through the year. Those vary from time to time. We just finished kind of a I think they call it a blackout banquet over in Tulsa. It is a fundraiser, but it also gives people in the community the experience of eating under blindfold. And then we typically do some type of celebration to honor our veterans on Veterans Day. And then we just finished a White Cane Day celebration yesterday. So we had a lot of people in and out of our rehab facility in Oklahoma City. And we did some craft stuff, and people got to try using a cane under blindfold and looking at things that they can also do in the kitchen and things like that. So that just kind of quickly covers all of the different areas that are involved. And again, if you have someone that you're concerned about vision loss, you can go on the website and fill out that form and we'll contact you. Or if they're seeing their eye care professional and get a diagnosis that I talked about earlier, then their doctor can refer them to us, and our receptionist would call and get them started with the process of low vision rehabilitation.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kathy.
You bet.
We've had a question from Twyla, who's wondering if these resources are available statewide.
They are.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I thought they
And
were.
we do a combination of in-home visits. Usually, if they're outliers outside of the Oklahoma City or Tulsa area, we may see them once for kind of a long appointment. And then we also see people in the office frequently as well.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Fabulous organization with just an unbelievably comprehensive amount of resources. So thank you for sharing. It's hard to put everything into 10 minutes.
It is.
It is.
Thank you for
You do a
having
great
me.
job. Thank you, Kathy.
You bet.
Part of the coalition's scope is also to be mindful of advocacy and what's going on there. So we are happy to have Joy McGill with us from AARP today to give us some updates.
Good morning, everyone. Happy to be here. Thanks so much. This is a little bit more of a quieter time, at least at the state capitol, in terms of the advocacy work. While the work certainly never ends, we're out of session, so at least we've got a little bit of downtime in that realm. But this is the time of year where advocates, consumers, and the legislators enter into what's called interim studies time. And so it's a time that it's a great opportunity to look into issue areas that may need legislation or issue areas that just need to be investigated for possibly potential legislation or just to raise concerns for visibility. So a few I thought I would mention that are going on. They started in the middle of August and they'll run into November. I'm still seeing a few being scheduled here and there that were requested. But a few I thought I would mention that might be of interest to the group. Senator Joanna Dossett held a study a couple of weeks ago looking into paid family leave for families with children. This is a bit of an extension on some legislation that she ran last year. She got some for funding on an actuarial study. And then I believe she will run actual legislation again next year on trying to get some additional paid family leave for families with children. It would be her goal, obviously, to expand that out, but she's looking at it in baby steps right now. And when she and I met on this last year, she said in full transparency, paid family leave is hard for any age and to get funding or buy-in, even if it's on a private side or state side or whatever, challenging. So she said whatever she can see to fruition before she terms out, if anything, would be a positive thing. So this may be the long game, but we're excited that this is something that she's looking at. And so I do expect that she'll have some more legislation on that in 2026. On a couple of these things that I'll talk about, and you'll see if this is the first time you've joined us, it's not always caregiving, tangible caregiving specific, but it really all does fall in the realm of things that are issue areas of caregivers. Minority Leader Kurt and Representative Fugate both held interim studies related to the increasingly high cost of homeowners insurance for Oklahomans. And if we all know, we have some of the highest homeowners insurance in the nation, which is kind of crazy, even though Oklahoma is not unique in the fact that a number of other states have a lot of really significant weather issues and things like that. And so we appreciate both of them having that on their radar and looking at that. And Insurance Commissioner Glenn Mulready spoke at both of those events and has talked about that he is looking at some legislation to help with that. However, interestingly, I certainly am no expert on homeowners insurance, but he did a great job of explaining how homeowners insurance rates are set in Oklahoma. And you'd think he could be the one that could help fix that, but that there are legislative mandates and constitutional changes that would have to happen in the way that our rates are set in Oklahoma. So very appreciative that Minority Leader Kurt and Representative Fugate are looking at those issue areas for sure. A few items that are coming up on the 21st that I think everyone in this group might be interested in. Representative Daniel Pay has an interim study looking at the opportunity of pulling aging services out of our existing Department of Human Services and standing it up into its own independent agency. And that will take place at 8:30 on the 21st. And all three of these that I'm about to talk about, they're all in the same room, in room 5S2. So that's on the 5th floor, 5S2. Representative Geis will have an interim study at 10 a.m. and it will look into SNAP benefits and obviously the impact of the SNAP benefit changes from the Big Beautiful Bill, which I think is wonderful that they're looking at that and making sure that they're keeping an eye on anything that we may need to do in the state to make sure that we're keeping up with as best we can. Any deficiencies and making sure that all of our Oklahomans are the funding is happening, whatever they can do to make sure that food and meals are still being available. And then finally at 1:30 that afternoon, Representative Blancett will have an interim study on home and community-based services and PACE programming and looking at how those impact older Oklahomans and the individuals who utilize those services and utilizing this time for a couple of things: to bring awareness to what those services are, and any funding needs that may need to be looked at to continue to grow those services. So we're very happy that she's looking at those. As you know, there's never enough money on the services that we want to make sure that are being met in the state. And so she's definitely championed this. She has indicated that if possible, she's going to make some requests for some additional funds on those areas. And so if you see her, please thank her for her interest in those areas. Please thank all of these representatives for their interest in making sure that our state's residents are being met on these different areas. And again, those are all in room 5S2 on the 21st. If you're not familiar with that particular space and you're interested in attending, just go to the 5th floor of the Capitol. And there's a couple of different conference rooms that are all glassed in, and you'll see the signs, and this one's 5S2. And then one final area that is not specific caregiver area, but does pertain to all of our caregivers and those of us that work in the caregiver space is the evergreen issue that we have in Oklahoma of the rising cost of our utilities and we are going to see utility rates increase, or the request for utility rates with both OG&E and PSO, which incorporates most of the state. And so we are working on those at AARP Oklahoma. And so more to come on that. Those are both being introduced at the Corporation Commission right now. And so we'll be working on those, and we'll definitely keep you updated. And the process on those is that the utilities go to the commission, make their requests, and then it's kind of a long drawn out process of lots of procedural things that happen. And then at public comment, intervention from organizations like AARP and others to try to get those rates, either the request eliminated, which would be the most ideal, but if nothing else, brought down to something that's more reasonable. So I saw that pop up in the chat. I'm sorry, that was the 21st. It's Tuesday. Is that the right date? Tuesday? Yes, Tuesday. The home and community-based services with Blancet, Pay, and Geis, yes.
Thank you so much, Joy.
Yeah, you're welcome. There was one other actually that is on the 23rd that I did want to mention that I didn't have on my list. Representative Cindy Rowe does have an interim study on the long-term, a study on long-time hospitalized patients and a lack of locations for discharge. I think it's on the 23rd. Our tracking service that has this information has not been 110% accurate on some of this stuff, but I do believe it's on the 23rd, also in room 4S5 at 9 a.m. But if that is something you're interested in, you might check the House of Representatives website just to double check on that. But that should be a pretty interesting study as well. And I do anticipate that she will have legislation on that in 2026.
Great. Thank you so much, Joy.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, it will be a very interesting week at the Capitol this next week.
Absolutely.
Appreciate everyone's work on that. Okay. Next up, we have some executive committee updates. And so I will turn it over to Aietah Stevens to provide those for us.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. It's so great to see all of you, even virtually. What a great turnout. And big shout out to all of our planning committee members. We've been planning the statewide family caregiver conference really after the last one, which was held in November. So if you haven't already, please mark your calendars for November the 6th. It is going to be another amazing conference. We actually have added another in-person site. We've got Stillwater, Enid, Ardmore, McAllister, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and let me make sure, in McAllister. It's going to be great. If you haven't already, join us, sign up. I do want to emphasize, though, if you register to attend in person, please attend. We understand things come up. Maybe let us know you can't make it, because we are actually anticipating some of those sites may have to close registration. And so we're just trying to do better at the no-show rate. again, we get it. Many of us are family caregivers ourselves, and life happens. And just please communicate or update your registration to virtual if you're unable to attend in person. We absolutely need everyone's help. If you know or are in Kiowa or Cimarron County, please connect with us at OK Cares. We would love to work with you. We have worked actively all across the state to bring this information to all caregivers. And if you know the planning team, we want to reach all 77 counties. And it's going to absolutely take everyone on this meeting, think creatively, give us your ideas. Again, reach out to OK Cares. We would love to work with you to get the information in those counties. We have already strategically been working to get the information across all counties, but we do need some assistance with those 2 counties in particular. Either drop it in chat or just email OK Cares. We would love to get that information out. And so also starting back in the new year, we were just talking about it's weird to think of January, but the way time flies, it'll be here before we know it. We will be implementing the new subcommittee breakout rooms after this coalition meeting. And again, it'll be a great opportunity for us to really brainstorm together, improve a focus area depending on what best aligns with your interest. And so please make plans to attend. And if you haven't already, there is a QR code on your screen. Of course, in our meeting follow-up, we can have that information again. But if you haven't already selected a subcommittee, this would be a great time to do that. We will have 6 new subcommittees starting in 2026: legislative and advocacy, respite, home safety, modifications in healthcare, grandparents and other relatives raising children, membership, communications, outreach, and caregiver education and supports. These are new subcommittees. So if you haven't already, please register to be in one of the subcommittees. And again, what you will find, you're going to be able to connect with amazing partners. Again, we just want to align with maybe a priority area that you would like to work on. I also want to mention that in Oklahoma City, before the Family Caregiver Conference, we are actually partnering with David Ward and his team for the long-term services and supports. And David, if you are on, we would love to hear from you so you can tell us all about the LTSS conference.
I am. Thank you, Aietah. I appreciate the introduction. Yes. So, yeah, we get to partner with the Caregivers Conference this year. And so we will have our 3rd annual Medicaid LTSS Summit. That summit really brings a lot of stakeholders, internal, external, family, elected officials together, where we can talk about the strength and the structure of Oklahoma's long-term service support system. We like to highlight, of course, a lot of the success stories where people are seeking services, whether it's the PACE program, whether it's a 1915C home and community-based waiver program, state plan personal care, or whether a family had moved here from another state and seeking services where we are able to pair them with the services that can help them thrive in the community. We also going to highlight our Living Choice program, where we have a multi-million-dollar grant that helps members transition out of long-term care institutions and back into the community of their choice. So it's really just an avenue where we can hear and listen to our partners and listen to those families who are receiving services and how they're navigating the Medicaid system. Because again, we've heard a lot of testimonies where families are navigating us rather than the state having the supports in place to help navigate them to the things that they need. So we want to be able to hear from everyone, but we also want to talk about the things that we're doing and our achievements. So I think they put the link in the chat for you all to register. It will be an opportunity again to talk to some folks that were coming from out of town who are working on our special needs programs, and those are members who qualify for both Medicaid and Medicare. We will have some enrollment specialists here on site. So again, it's a comprehensive view of what Oklahoma can offer for members who need Medicaid long-term service support services.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And again, thank you, David, for your continued support. For those that don't know, he's actually one of our champions, helps us with the Family Caregiver Conference, and what a great collaboration for those in Oklahoma City to attend both. And we appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, David. And just real quickly, if you didn't already have it on your calendar, the next meeting is going to be January 15th. If you see or think of someone that is not involved with the coalition, please send them the OK Cares website. They can easily opt in. This is an amazing coalition across all ages. So no matter your family caregiving duties or responsibilities, or if you help family caregivers, this, of course, is for all ages. And we just want to have that open invitation, starting with you, to please let others know about the coalition. And with that, Claire, I will turn things back to you. Your mic, Claire, is it?
Thank you. It is now time for some open sharing. So we try to designate time at each end of each meeting to allow our partners an opportunity to share events or upcoming activities that they have going on. So I will open the floor for that.
Hi, this is Erin Parks with sorry, I don't know why it's echoing. This is Erin Parks with Oklahoma Family Network, and I just wanted to tell everybody about our upcoming monthly mental health presentations we have every month. We have 2 a month coming up through the end of December. You can go to oklahomafamilynetwork.org and register for those. We also are in partnership, and we are able to offer the Federation of Families Conference is virtual this year. And so we have remote locations across the state that you can actually register and come and view that Federation of Families Conference. You can have all the keynotes and all of the sessions. We're going to pick specific sessions, so everyone that attends will be watching the same screen. However, it's a great way if you haven't had the opportunity to ever attend one of those Federation of Families conferences. So go to our website, and we'd love to have you. Thank you so much.
All right, there's information in the chat. Thank you. Who else? Okay, not everyone talk at once. I'll chime in real quick. Leading Age is hosting a Behavioral Health and Aging Summit on November 19th. I will have information sent out after that. It will be held in Oklahoma City at the Convention Center. It's just a one-day event to kind of explore that intersection and what service providers need to be aware of, and how to, and basic 101, what we need to be aware of, how do we navigate specific scenarios. We'll have Erin Powell joining us. She's a mental health provider from the Tulsa area that focuses on older adults and caregiving issues. So we're excited to have her and would love to have you join us. I'll send some information after the meeting. Who's next?
I'll go. Hi, I'm Lisa Kelly with the ARC of Oklahoma. Sorry, I'm not sure. We are providing mental health first aid for free for any groups that need that. It's a one-day training that we can provide in person or virtual. If you're interested in that for your organization, I'll put my information in the chat, and you can reach out to us via email, and we would be happy to work with your organization to provide that. Thank you. Thank you.
I guess I can go. My name is Julie Western. I'm with Comforting Hands Hospice in Elk City, Oklahoma. Next year, starting in January, we're celebrating our 15th anniversary of being a locally owned and operated hospice care company. And we thought what better way to celebrate than starting a new expo in Western Oklahoma. It will be in April of 2026. It's called the Life and Legacy Health and Wellness Expo. I'm a 20+ year social worker. I used to do discharge planning in hospitals and now do end of life care education. So we just thought what better way to get information and resources out by starting an expo. So we're looking for anybody who would like to participate, anyone who serves the aging population in Western Oklahoma, whether it's financial, mental health, physical wellness, even fun social activities. We're wanting all senior centers, the local area casinos, anybody who can come and share information on wills versus trusts. We're looking for a safe, low-key environment to ask hard questions and have hard discussions, but in a very safe environment. So we are looking for anyone who wants to participate, and you can email me and I can send you our save the date information. We have a really good group of about 20 local, state, and private people that are participating to get this going. But yeah, we would love to have you out to Elk City in April. Thank you.
Hey Claire, I just wanted to say here, we are having the United We Can, the Oklahoma Intertribal Alliance for Disability Summit. It's going to be in Okmulgee on October 24th. We can put that information, well, it's on our homepage. I'll put our website in chat. But we're also having an on the road in Weatherford on October 30th for those parents that have a child with special health care needs. And again, for time's sake, we will just put that information in chat. But thank you, everyone. We do rely on you to share these opportunities. So if any partner is sharing an event, even if you're unable to attend, please pass that information along. We really appreciate it.
Good morning. Sorry. My name is Alicia Fobbs. I am the new executive director for Full Circle Adult Day Center here in Norman. I just wanted to introduce myself, and then on my next go round, kind of introduce what we have coming later this year. Thank you.
Stephen, do you want to go?
Thank you. I was just going to invite folks who might know adults 60 and over to come to one of our centers in November. We're having pies and tours, which will also include basically a general overview of value-based care and how that helps independent older adults. I am locked out of the chat somehow by my own fault and cannot put that in there, but Archwell Health, Stephen with the PH, somebody can find me easily.
We can send out your information too, Stephen, if you want. If you've got a flyer or anything, you want to get it over to me. And
Absolutely, I will.
Okay, great. And I'm gonna piggyback off that and steal the screen for a second because I wanted to talk about one of the special things that we have. Do you guys see this? Go. For our conference this year. We've got this virtual Q&A session that we're going to have available to anybody that logs in. This is the QR code or the site, but they'll have an opportunity to speak with the subject matter experts from these various fields. I think this is unique because you can come in and I could say my name was Esther. And I don't have to put my camera on and I can ask some questions that maybe I didn't want to ask, or you can just come in as you are and ask some of these questions. But I think we've got a great representation of the needs of caregivers that will be available. This is from our agenda for the conference. So if you're only able to attend online, encourage your caregivers, your team members to come ask some of those questions that maybe they don't, when you call us here at OKDHS, we hear that there's a long wait to get some answers. Here's an opportunity to connect to someone that works that every day. So we would love for you guys to share that we're going to be having this virtual Q&A. And any questions on that?
Can you share that flyer with us?
Yes, we can put this in the email that we'll send out after this.
Okay, thank you.
And poor Claire is the one causing all the drama with the echoing, so I've just muted her and put a muzzle on her. Is there anybody else that wants to share? And we'll give it back to her to close out, but.
I just have a quick
My name is Cherie. I'm sorry.
No, you
Hi.
go ahead. Go ahead.
My name is Cherie Battle. I'm from McAlester, Oklahoma, and I'm representing the organization of True Living Adult Daycare. We just recently opened up June 9th. And so we're serving the McAlester area and the surrounding areas around McAlester. And so I just wanted to let everyone know that we are open and we are ready to serve our participants, our caregivers. And for more information, my information is in the chat. But my name again is Cherie Battle from True Living Adult Daycare.
Thank you, Cherie. And I'm actually going to put in an article that was just published about adult day centers with yours truly on there. Feel free to share that. They're important. What you're doing is important. Thank you. Who else?
Hi, this is Lisa Kelly again with the ARC. I just had a quick question. I couldn't zoom in to see the items on the agenda, but I'm curious if there is information on the Caregivers Conference about special education, especially in light of all of the changes that are happening right now.
That's a great question. And it's one of my team members, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see it on there, but I definitely feel like we could get it on there quickly.
I would love to visit with someone about that, and the ARC would be happy to try to work with you all to figure out how we could disseminate some information and be a resource for that.
Absolutely. If you have someone that's available from 1 to 3 online, we can get the ARC put on there to address that. Someone from my team will reach out to you, Kelly, if you want to drop I think you may have already dropped your email, but. And I took a snip of that page if you guys wanted to grab that for now and put it into chat. All right. Oh, I apologize, Kelly. We heard your typing, so I muted you.
Oh, sorry. I put my email in again, so
okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who else? Such a great group. Earlier in the chat, I had asked if you know any caregiver that would like to be a part of the 360, let us know. Today was our first day, and I think it went beautifully. It was very heartwarming to see all of us come together and support her. And I would love to be able to do that with your caregivers too. All right, Claire, I'm going to mute and let you take back.
I really don't know why I was echoing. My apologies. I don't know. I'm only on one screen. I don't know. My bad. Won't happen again. Or you can fire me and someone else can do my job. That's good too. It's always exciting to hear what's going on around our state. The dedication of our partners is unbelievable, and just the pure grit that some of you have and demonstrate on a daily basis. Leading Age has some members in Western Oklahoma, and I've been spending some time out there. I haven't made all of them yet, but I was thrilled to hear of an idea for an expo out there. There are really some resource shortage areas in the state, so it's great to see people stepping up. Just everyone's doing such great work, and I'm thankful for Aietah and her team, and Talina and her team for the work they do to bring us all together on a regular basis. Our next meeting is sure to be great too. Will be in January, So, yes, thank you. Thursday, the 15th at 10 a.m. If you have information to share between now and then, please don't hesitate to email that and we can distribute that for you. But I hope everyone has a wonderful fall, a great holiday season, and we will see you in January. Take care. And I'm muting myself again.